Do it.
Welcome to the We Love Gaming podcast. This is episode 77, and we've got a lot to talk about. Elden Ring, Rockstar Games, Starfield, and more. Just stick with us for this little hour, and let's get into it.
I love gaming.
I'm your host, Godly Sovereign, and of course, with me I have Mark Araya, aka Mark. What's good, bro? How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's another lovely night, so just chilling. How was
It's a
your
hot
week?
one, dude. It was hot today.
Yeah, it has been a little steamy. I thought it was gonna be kind of low key, but it seems like it's a little. Cali loves to fluctuate, so you don't know what you're gonna get. One day you might get
I
a
know,
hot
man.
day, and then it just rains. So it's just
I'm
the
waiting for the
randomness is
cold,
real.
man. I'm waiting for the cold.
Yeah, for sure. I like that double up weather. Where you can put a hoodie and a jacket on, but it's literally like it's there in the morning, and then by the afternoon it's gone. You better throw all that shit off.
Yep, agreed. And now it gets dark so early, man. Ah, but that's
Yeah,
just the season change for you, or the time change, rather.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, man. So we got a lot to get into today. Like I said before, we got some Elden Ring content, some Steam Deck, freaking Rockstar. I got to talk with you.
Yeah, she jumped on me.
It's a lot of things to go over. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with it. So yeah, for the first topic, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Elden Ring, man. This week has been like a lot of gameplay. And I guess the freaking what do they call it?
The closed network test or some network
Well,
shit.
this was like the open network test, or yeah, I guess like some part of the network test or something like
Yeah,
that. Because I think right now is another network test that they're doing where they were supposed to be giving some codes out. I
yep.
unfortunately did not get a chance to get a code. I don't know about you.
I didn't get anything either
Yeah, so we just
yet.
we just lucked out. We ain't cool enough to get codes yet, but eventually we'll get there. But I think it's like the embargo or something like that was going on because they were just dumping a lot of videos, man. I
Yeah,
mean, people got 84 hours of gameplay in on Elden Ring, 12 hours
that's
and stuff.
crazy, man.
Yeah, man. And I was
That's just
doing
insane.
everything I could not to like watch all of the
Me too.
videos because I feel like they were just letting too much out the bag. You know what I mean? I want to keep a
Yeah.
lot of stuff um, for like that first time experience when I do get a chance to play it. But I was kind of liking all of the stuff I was hearing about it. It seemed like everything was just like lovely. It was like everything you could ask of from like a Souls game and more. You know what I'm saying with this upgrade. So I was
Yep.
excited to hear about it. Have you been catching like any of them, or you tried to avoid them too?
So I'm like you, dude. I'm not trying to spoil this. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see as little as possible. I want to see more of like features and tech specs like this, and less of like people, spoiling gameplay. So
Yeah.
all of us are gonna get it. So there's not much gameplay wise that'll change my mind. I kind of want to discover everything for myself.
For
So
sure. Yeah, yeah. So for that first piece of news, besides all of the stuff that you guys have been seeing and everything like that, it looks like for the specs it's gonna be pretty good for the game, but it looks like they're kind of locking everything at 60 frames per second for some reason.
dude, I do not know why this is. Like, first off, the PC. We'll talk about PC first because it's at the
Hmm.
top. So
Right.
they're locking the PC to 60 FPS. I don't know why. This very rarely happens, and for a
Hmm.
AAA game studio to do this, dude, it boggles my mind. It
Yeah, it's a
really,
little it's a little abnormal, right? Like it seems like you would with PC you would get like the highest graphics possible. You know what I mean? It would be pumping out 120 hertz, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like because it's the PC, whatever your shit can do, it would do.
agreed, man. And on top of that, ray tracing is via a patch. So I don't. Did they specify when the patch was going to happen? Is this going to be a day one patch? Is this down the line?
That's a good question.
That also boggles my mind too. Like you would think that would be ready to go for PC at the very least out of the gates. You
Day
know what I
one,
mean?
right?
I can understand if a console, they're tweaking it, but for the PC, it should be unlocked frame rate and ray tracing day one. So that's not going to stop me from getting it. I'm not going to get it
Nah.
on the PC though. I'm going to get it on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
All the Souls games, for some reason, I like them on the console better. But
It's just really nice on the console. I've never tried it on the PC because I've never had an adequate enough PC to try it. But I feel like PlayStation.
I have the original Demon Souls on PC, and for some reason, the menus and the navigation is kind of off. I think it was more. These were more designed for the console. These are more designed for the console, so they feel a little better, in my opinion. But yeah, dude, that PC was a letdown, dude. But moving on to the PlayStation side, the PS4 Pro, at least you're going to get a pretty decent res. You're not getting 4K on the PS4 Pro,
Right.
but you're getting a good resolution. It's 30 FPS. That was to be expected last gen.
Yeah.
Up to 30 FPS. I think that's being generous. I doubt it'll always, especially on just a regular PS4. I doubt it'll always run at a 30. It'll probably dip, depending on what you're doing.
Right. I'm just a little confused as to why HDR support is not on the PS5, but it's on the PS4. That seems kind of odd.
Is that lift?
It says HDR. Right up there. For the PlayStation, it says PS4 is supported. PS4 Pro, nothing. PS5, nothing.
It's just going the whole row, so it's supported across the board on the PlayStation. But on the
Xbox, okay, it's not broken up. I got you.
Yeah, but on the Xbox One, it doesn't support HDR. Just the old school Xbox,
Yeah.
So, that's
and of course all the old gens are stuck at 30, and then you've got the new gens. At least that S is getting 60, so at least they got that, man.
Yeah, and it supports up to 1440p, which is cool. It's it's kind of cool. It supports 1440p. I'm waiting for PlayStation to do that.
Yeah, they still haven't put that patch out, right?
Yeah, but the Xbox Series S doesn't support ray tracing at all. So, that's kind of a bummer. But at the end of the day, for $299, what do you expect?
Right. You can't really ask for too much on that one. It's just a good buy, so a good enough deal, for the entry. So, you can get in there. But yeah, and so then for the other one, the other part of the topic for Elden Ring is they kind of showed the 5 classes that they were going to have out there. So you have the Prophet, the Champion, the Bloody Wolf, and then you also have Warrior and the Enchanted Knight. So I mean those sound like some solid categories. I definitely am surprised that there's not like just like the basic categories that we used to have. It seems like there's like I never heard of the Prophet before, nor the Champion, but I guess the Champion would be like a Berserker or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, these classes are pretty cool. To me, it looks like the Bloody Wolf is just the regular ass knight, in my opinion. I'm speculating.
It looks like it, but I mean, we saw something that looked like it was a werewolf, right? Like in the some of the clips that we saw. I doubt that that's that dude, because that seems like it would be a powerful character to pick if you could just be like a werewolf and just hack and slash everything up if you're in trouble. But
yeah, the Warrior looks pretty generic. The Enchanted Knight, I don't know what this is, like a paladin or something. But this looks pretty cool. It looks like a knight with a staff, grand staff. So that looks pretty dope. Yeah. The Prophet, that looks like, what is it? A priest or a cleric or something?
The Prophet. Yeah. But I mean, he's got a club, so I don't remember if the priest really carried anything besides like a dagger or something like that. So I don't know.
But yeah, dude, the classes look great. The classes look fantastic to me. It just reminds me of all the things I like about Dark Souls. You know what I'm saying? So this is just like, dude, this seems like Dark Souls 4 to me. So I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I like
for sure.
A lot. I hope they have the class though. What's the class that you're like level 1 with no stats? What's that one class called?
Oh, that was like the
Undaunted,
like the Unsullied or something that. It was like I forgot what it was, but yeah, that would be cool if they had something like that where it's got like the lowest of all the base stats, but it allows you to climb the highest.
Yeah,
because that would be like a cool little struggle thing. And it looks like there's a lot of shit to find out there, so you wouldn't be really struggling for too long, you know. But yeah, so sure. I mean, out of all this, you know, Elden Ring content, it's just making me more and more excited, you know, to see it. So I hope that they have like another beta or something like that, you know, in December or January.
An open beta this time, dude.
Yeah, something that everybody can try, just so that we can get another taste of it, to get it a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
but
yeah. if I get in the closed network test, I don't think I want to play the beta. I think I just want to play I don't know, dude. I'm scared to just spoil it. You know what I mean? I want to just try it, maybe 30 minutes to an hour. But I don't know, dude. I'm just psyched for this.
Yeah, for sure. So for the next topic we have, we kind of wanted to discuss Neil Druckmann's Twitter account, because there was something a little odd about that one, man.
Dude, there's something a lot odd about that one, dude.
Yeah, he shows right here, Naughty Dog CEO President, The Last of Us HBO, Last of Us Part 1 and 2, Uncharted 4, and that future game. Now, what could that future game be?
Dude, let's start with you, man. What do you think that future game is going to be?
I'm thinking that the future game that he's talking about on there is probably that multiplayer Last of Us type of game that they were just hiring for. I'm thinking maybe that's what it is.
It's called Faction.
Yeah, something. Okay. I don't even know if it's actually Faction or whatever it is, but you know, I'm thinking.
But it's the multiplayer for The Last of Us 2, right? Is that what it was going to be?
I don't even know if it was going to be that, because they were talking about like they wanted the experience to be cinematic. And they were looking for like a lot of stuff on there. So it was almost like it was going to be like, it sounded like it was going to be its own thing. You know what I mean? Just like a fresh, you know, brand new game that was in the Last of Us, you know, universe or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know exactly what to expect. There hasn't really been anything that was on my radar as far as, you know, Naughty Dog is concerned. I just don't know what else they could be doing and whatnot. But what did you have in mind? What did you think it could have been?
Dude, I honestly had no idea. I was, you know, trying to search online to see, was this the first time he made a hint? Was this the first time Druckmann, you know, teased about a future project? And I guess he's known for doing this kind of thing. Like you were saying about the multiplayer, I guess he teased about that last year. So, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm hoping it's maybe a new IP. It's probably, you know, it's probably something to do with Uncharted, because, you know, we haven't got anything Uncharted related in a while. So yeah. if I were to bet, it might be, you know, the next iteration of Uncharted is going to be announced, because we haven't heard much about that for the PS5 in a minute, or at all rather. So if I were to bet, it would be, you know, something to do with Uncharted.
Yeah, maybe so. You know, I'm definitely trying to find out exactly what it is that he could be referring to, and I guess only time will really tell. So yeah, for sure, man. Hopefully we find out exactly what he means by that future game. Maybe it'll just be like a slick little update to his profile, you know, on Twitter, and that's how we'll find out. And maybe it's just, you know, after something's announced. But you know, it's
for sure, man.
Yeah, that's definitely a stumper.
But that Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer mode, that's going to be a standalone game, right? Or is that just like an update to
I would believe that that's a standalone game, because I don't think that they're adding anything else to it. I mean, that Factions for the first one, I guess that was like in addition to the game and whatnot, but it just seemed like it seemed like this would be a lot more content than what they did with Factions. So I don't know, but I'm not too sure, man. I wish I had that insider info that I could break some news, but you know, it's just, we just got to see. We just got to wait and see if anything
I'm hoping the next PlayStation Direct, you know, I'm hoping the next Direct we get, or I'm hoping that we get more information, because the last one was kind of a letdown. we need some announcements, from Naughty Dog. That'll get my interest at least.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what this can be, man. But it's exciting. It's exciting him posting stuff like this. It must be closer than we think for him to put something like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
That's true. I don't think he would have. I don't think that they've ever really had like a long ass time for like speculation on a new game or anything like that. I don't think they've ever played with us like that. I think Naughty Dog is pretty much like, they give us the info when they got it or when they're ready to share it at least.
Yeah. I just hope it's not the next freaking Banjo-Kazooie, Because they made the OG, not Banjo-Kazooie, Crash Bandicoot, right?
Crash Bandicoot, yeah. I mean, they've been making the Crash Bandicoots, but yeah, Crash Bandicoot is like a classic character, but yeah, I could do without another one. Don't game me on that. You know what I'm saying? Please. Don't that one. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, give me something else that I would really, really enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
for sure, bro. For sure.
So for the next topic, this one's about Scorn. So Anthony G, I know you don't really like Xbox shit, so you could skip past this. But this game has been in development for quite a while. They started a Kickstarter for this. The game is coming to, I think this is an Xbox exclusive, right? Scorn is?
I believe so. Xbox and PC.
Yep. Okay, yeah. So I know that it's coming to Game Pass when it does drop. But it looks like they ended up postponing the game for a little bit. I can't even remember. Do you remember exactly when it was supposed to be coming out?
I'm looking at the original release date right now. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second.
Yeah.
Because I forget.
It was supposed to arrive in 2017. I guess they targeted it for the end of the year, 2021. So it would have been coming up. Probably, I would assume it would have been like this month or next month. And
because it was first announced in 2014. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess it was supposed to be released in autumn of 2021. So
right.
I don't think they gave an exact date, but that was their projection. So
right.
They've been working on this game for quite some time. And I guess they released a couple Kickstarters, a first one, a second one for an additional 150,000 euros. So I guess that's one problem too. When you do a Kickstarter, when they have the funds, what's their incentive to hit their target when they got the money already? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But if you're getting backed, right? If this is on Game Pass, so now this has basically been purchased by Xbox to be held on their system, their service for a while. I don't know if it's like for a year or maybe 2 years or something, or just a permanent exclusive for just PC and Xbox. But I'm sure Xbox had to pay a pretty penny to get that game, exclusively on their system. So it's like, okay, I eat out like a bandit on Kickstarter, right? Xbox likes my idea and shit, and then they decide to pay me so that they can put my game onto their platform. And then I just decide, hey, I'm just going to take as much time as I want now, right? Because I've already got enough bread. My whole crew is all like, they got their salaries. So now it's just about taking our time. We ain't in no rush. I think they still a small like indie studio, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have those shareholders and stuff like that over their head, breathing down their necks. So they decide to push it in 2022. And the reason why we talk about this is because there was a whole lot of backlash on the announcement that they were going to actually push this back. So we have it here and we have a little bit of time. So I'll try to like quickly read through it and whatnot. In this update, we will highlight the most common issues people have regarding this project and the reasoning behind some of our decisions. We have addressed some of these issues before, but we will repeat them once more because if you want to create something ambitious and consciously bite on something that you can barely chew, especially the first time around, you have to set up priorities and keep less important things to a minimum. What are we doing since the last trailer, since the latest trailer was released in October last year, this is no big revelation. Here, we were just developing a game, and that is nothing more to it than that. A year is not such a big period when it comes to game development. Some people really, really dislike us staying silent for such long periods. It's the way by design for a few reasons. The only thing that will get the game out of the door faster is concentrating all the effort on development. That is our main priority. There is a reason why
so
big.
let's stop for a second and just chew that first two, I guess, paragraphs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So first off, I feel like it's clear that their main priority is development, because no one with a PR background would come out and just be so, I guess, straightforward about this.
Yeah, blunt.
Yeah, because no one to their customers would be talking like this. Like, they're pretty much, you got your customers in line. They're like, hey, you got an update? You got an update on my product that I bought? And he's pretty much saying, no, just wait. So, dude, red flag to me. Red flags, dude. These first two paragraphs.
That's red flags.
Red flags, dude. I'm gonna
spam red flags in the comments.
Red flag, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, when you start off like there is no big revelation here, it sounds like you're just being, cynical. Like you're just being condescending or whatever. So it's almost like, why you bothering me? Exactly, but here you go. Here's a response or whatever. So that's kind of funny. He says, then he goes on to say, there's a reason why big companies show CG trailers done by some other studio. They don't want to interrupt the development team in the middle of production. CD Projekt Red. It's funny that they decide to use CD Projekt Red, right? Because we had already talked about, CD Projekt Red being like the catalyst for a shit ton of pushbacks. And that they were just going to take that and, everybody's just going to be scared to drop their game at the time that they say, because they want to be extra, extra sure that they're good to go. So it says CD Projekt Red had great PR for Cyberpunk 2077, but that didn't help when the final game, Cyberpunk 2077, should have been delayed for a year. But the hype and the pressure from shareholders were more important. Maybe if they didn't push their developers to create marketing content, they could have put more time into fixing the game. No amount of updates are going to make the game better or make it come out sooner. Quite the opposite. It's just more tasks on the already enormous list of tasks to finish. It's time-consuming to make your game look presentable to the public. That is done at the very end of the development process. So they threw shade at Cyberpunk in this statement, and that's kind of like, that's unsportsmanlike. You know what I mean? Like, if you were using them as an example of like hardships, do that, but don't shit on them in the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Just because Cyberpunk did this doesn't mean that you can do it. And like, this is red flag number 2. Dude, what do you guys have to do with Cyberpunk? It's completely different studio. You guys aren't CD Projekt Red, so keep their name out of your mouth. You guys have nothing to do with them, and it's just, underhanded for you to just even bring them in the conversation. They have nothing to do with you guys. So this is red flag number 2. And then when I read that statement that they said that their developers were doing marketing content, bro, come on. No developer is doing marketing PR except for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that the developers were doing marketing stuff. They were working on the game, and that's a big company. Their PR did their PR. The devs did the devs.
Yeah, they had teams. They already had like sectioned out employees that handled that stuff. So it wasn't like it was the developers that were actually making the game stopping to do like the other stuff. And I guess it's true about, I don't know much about the gaming industry, but I guess I would pay somebody to make a trailer for me if they know how to make a really good ass trailer. If that's what they do, you know what I mean? Make me a trailer that'll sell my shit. Like, they gonna go through all these files and stuff like that. Boom, create one. You know what I mean? And,
like, the back of a book has like a description of the book.
Yeah, like a quick synopsis.
Yeah, the writer doesn't always write that. It's someone else just doing a description, trying to highlight things, trying to make it catchy. So,
right.
There's no problem with that per se. But dude, he's spreading misinformation here. So the red flags continue. So
yeah, for sure. And then he goes on to talk about the hype hype can be a problem if you need it at the beginning, but still need to work on a project for a considerable amount of time afterward. We didn't do the marketing for the market, but for the potential investors. We are going to do proper marketing close to release. Presenting the game constantly just creates a vicious cycle. Every update creates anticipation, which is a good thing, that turns into disappointment for some because the game is not out yet. We realize the frustration, but at the end of the day, we think it's better to lay low and have most people put the game out of their minds than constantly bait them. Now, so I kind of agree with that, right? Like, I would more so love to hear more about the game or even know of the game if it was closer to release. Those times where you announce a game, 3 years goes by and then it's like, oh, it's finally out. You know, you really did forget about that shit. But it's kind of like, you know, sometimes some of those things are like, you know, you announced it. Like, why did you show me this if you weren't even close to having it done? Like, I'd rather have really not known about it. And then, you know, and it comes up. But I mean, sometimes, you know, when they fade away into the darkness and then you're just like, damn, whatever happened to so-and-so? And then a new gaming show comes out and then they finally showcase it. It's like, oh, okay, nice. You know?
Yeah. So this is my thing. They're talking about hype. You guys have not released a single game from your studio. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But you guys have no hype around your studio. You guys haven't delivered a new product. So for you to talk about hype, dude, you guys are coming out of nowhere with that. Your game's going to be on Game Pass. So it's a bargain bin game at this point. So that's why I'm just confused. Your guys' studio is 10 people. You know, it sucks that you're developers and everyone has to do everything, you know, wear all the hats. But
right.
I feel like this guy, he's on, what's that saying? He's at his wit's end here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
He's overwhelmed because he's acting like he's a celebrity. He's a rock star. He's acting like this game is the best game to come out. But
and it's like, bro, we wouldn't have really known about your shit if Game Pass hadn't showcased it on their Game Pass shit, telling you, hey, this is going to be on there. And it's like, oh, okay, it might be another decent game that's on Game Pass, you know, because they don't really got a whole lot of shit. But it's like, okay, this might be one of them. But yeah, that's the only reason we checking for you. Like, other than that, we wouldn't know who the fuck y'all are. Like,
yeah,
you would be on like some, you know, if it was on all consoles, you would be on some PS Plus type shit. Like, that's when we would probably play your game, is if we was on PS Plus or the motherfuckers that kickstarted it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude. Let's be honest here.
We're the only ones playing it.
Let's be honest. The only one that cares about your game are your Kickstarter supporters. It's going to be on Game Pass, like you said. We're going to get this game for free. Or not free, but we're going to get this game for pennies on the dollar. So
yeah,
I could care less when this game comes out, to be honest. You know what I mean? I don't even need it in 2022. We got enough games.
We got so much shit next year, bro.
So,
this shit coming on there is not like, ooh, you know what I mean? I saved the space on my plate for this, you know?
Yeah. So if you don't mind, dude, let's skip to the part that made people mad because this guy is delusional.
Yeah, for sure. So if anybody does want to read the rest of the article or his release, we have the link in the comments. If you'd like to check it out, go ahead, click on it. I guess you could always pause the video while we're talking about it because I'm scrolling through. You can see it all or whatever. It goes on to talk about development and then Microsoft, whatever. So anyways, release plans. This was the part where everyone got pissed off. For the record, yes, this game has slipped into 2022, and we will have an official confirmation of the delay on the 10th of December. It was supposed to be announced in October, but circumstances are out of our control, postponed. If it turns out not to be on the 10th by our or someone else's will, don't hold it too much against us. And for the end, a bit of friendly advice. If lack of communication is so bothersome, just ask for a refund and be done with it. It's just a game. You can play it when it's out or if you're still interested. Yeah. So when you tell me, like, yo, just chill, like, it'll be out when it's out, like, that makes it like, it makes it sound like you don't even give a shit of the fact that, like, This is on the Kickstarter. So this is however many people, 2,000 people, 1,000 people, whatever, that gave money because they believed in your product and wanted to invest in you. So they put their money out there like that. You got that. And now you're supposed to show and prove. And you tell them that, hey, if waiting is too much, just ask for your refund. I give you your shit back. We don't need your shit. We got Game Pass. They done already paid us. Your shit is just extra chips and dip in the office. We don't need that.
Yeah, dude, this really hurts their Kickstarter supporters, you know, because those are their day one people.
Yeah.
You can't be talking to your day one people like this, the people that, you know, bet on you to succeed. Because people like us who have Game Pass, dude, I could give two shits about this game, you know. And him talking like this, I'm like, dude, this is why I don't pre-order games. This is why I don't kickstart games, because this guy's ego got inflated. Something happened to this guy. He thinks that he can talk to people like this, and in the real world, dude, you can't talk to people like this. They'll walk away. But because you're on Game Pass, you got Microsoft that's going to be your saving grace. People are actually going to play your game. But dude, this guy is just delusional, man. He's obviously overwhelmed. You know, they're 10-man team. There's 10 people developing this game, according to the Wikipedia. It could be outdated, I don't know. But, you know, man, you need to take a vacation. You need to go to therapy. You need to relax, dude, because you're making a big deal out of this. I don't think the people are making that. You know, when he said it's just a game, I think he needs to internalize that. Dude, you're just making a game. Relax, you know, because this dude, he's bringing like CD Projekt Red. Some of those paragraphs we skipped, he's talking about development hell, all this stuff. I'm like, dude, this is the job. This is what you choose to do. So if you don't like it, don't make the game. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, care less.
Yeah, when you say you can play it when it's out, if you're still interested, it's like, it's kind of like, what you mean? I fucking paid for the game. Like, I paid you to make the game because I was interested. And this is how you talking to me? Like,
yeah,
man, that would make me want to just get my refund anyways. I mean, I'm with you with like the pre-ordering. You know, we've said this countless times, but it's just like the issue that, you know, at least us on the WLG have a problem with pre-ordering is that, you know, ever since like CD Projekt Red, man, everybody is pushing their shit back. So regardless of what date they give you off rip, that shit can change 3-4 times. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, even CDPR's date for Cyberpunk had pushed back like twice, 2 or 3 times or something like that. And then they still weren't ready. So it's kind of like, you know, I pay $60 up front, or I mean, with a lot of these places, it's like they got your credit card info, so they'll bill you then or whatever. And you know, you may forget about it, but some of these, like, you're looking forward to that day. You've marked it out on your calendar, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get this shit and I'm gonna play it like here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go in on it or whatever. And then they cancel it and they push it back, and then it's like, okay, well, damn, what am I supposed to do now? You know? Like, I mean, that's what happened when I was trying to play Biomutant. You know what I mean? I wanted to get it at a certain time, and then it got pushed back. And so it's like, okay, well, I'm going to slide this pre-order off of here, and I'm going to just take my money, and I'm going to just get something else. Like, why would I wait for it? You know, I'll catch it when I catch it, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's the moral of this. If you could take one takeaway, if anyone pre-ordered this game, get your money back and just go put it on something else, please.
Yeah.
Catch this on Game Pass. Get a Game Pass trial for $1 or free. Try this dumbass game out. Because
I think they give you 3 months for $1, right?
$3. Yeah, 1 month for $3 or $1, whatever. But guys, if you pre-order this game, get your money back. Don't let people talk to you like this. Get your money back. Go buy a game like, you know, Elden Ring. Go buy a game that's actually worth your time in your pre-order, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I believe he did apologize, right? I'm trying to see if he apologized. He says, I quickly and haphazardly read through the draft of the update and in all my wisdom approved it, says Beckler. That's the CEO who said that. He said he just skimmed through the shit. Reading through it again, it was clear that the hostile tone it was written in should not be how we should express ideas or plans to the people that help us out. We may be tired, confused, and frustrated at our own ineptitude, but there is no reason to lash out at you. For that, I personally apologize. I will do my best for this kind of outburst not to happen again. So yeah, what up, Trap Butter?
So
Thanks for stopping in, man.
what's up, man?
But yeah, like, I mean, the apology is cool, but it's like you really didn't read it at all. Like he had to skim through it to just approve that. If it wasn't him that wrote it, and then I'm trying to find out the dude who did write it and be like, bruh, like what you doing, man? You trying to lose your
Yeah,
job?
man.
Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, the apology is cool and all,
man.
but come on, dude. Like that was a long. You wrote an essay, man. That was a couple thousand words, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
that was broken down a lot, and there was
his rage was consistent throughout.
Yeah,
it didn't
man.
end on the rage. The passive aggressiveness was consistent throughout. So
yeah, he was condescending through the whole thing. He wasn't just like, oh, it's one little part. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just that end. It was the whole thing.
Yeah, man. So moral of the story is guys, go get your money back. Go buy a game that's worth pre-ordering.
Yeah, man.
There's very few games that are worth pre-ordering, but this game I can tell you for a fact. Don't pre-order this game.
Yeah, fuck that game. Just play it when you want to play it, man. Because like you
Play
said, it'll be out when it's out.
Dude.
Yeah, just go play that shit. Get you a $1 Game Pass, and then work with that. You know what I mean? And do that because that little extra money that they got, however much it was, 200,000, 300,000 off Kickstarter, get all of that shit. Take all that shit back, bro. Just your shit was not fulfilled. Take all that shit back because they could have been doing stuff like, for the Kickstarters, like giving them betas and alphas and making them testers for the game. You know what I'm saying? As a benefit to being a Kickstarter. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been dope. Like if some of these, game developers was like, oh, Kickstart me, give me $5 so I give you access to the alpha or something like that. That shit would be fire. I would definitely help out if I could play it early and then give my, my 2 cents on how I think the game is, and maybe they take it.
Yep. And I think Game Pass is partially to blame for this. They probably got an additional check from Game Pass. I think that inflated their ego. They're like, okay, we got Kickstarted and we got Microsoft to back us. We're golden, We could just say whatever at this point because they got their guaranteed money already. So
yeah,
it is what it is. But go get your money back, guys. Like screw these people. Go get your money back.
ASAP. So for the next topic, since we already was talking about pre-orders and whatnot, Steam Deck, man. It looks like it has been pushed back, unfortunately, folks. So it looks like you won't be able to start getting your Steam Decks until what? Is it February?
Yep, they're
February
start shipping February 2022. So you might get it in March. Who knows?
Yeah. But, I mean, right now they're showing. It looks like your pre-orders or whatever are expected somewhere around like Q2. I don't even know what Q2 is. It's probably like what, like July or something like that.
I think that's April, May, June. No.
Okay. Probably around like June or July somewhere is the second quarter, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's still not that far off to be pre-ordering this thing. Obviously, I think there's like chip shortages, and stuff like that. That's kind of affecting it. I believe they did mention COVID being an issue, and getting their shipments and stuff like that together was a problem why they had to push it back. So it sucks because I think a lot of people were excited to get their Steam Decks in hand this year. But it's kind of like it's one of those things, right? So yeah. I mean, at least if you pre-ordered it, hey, you got it. I guess you're guaranteed to get it whenever it's ready. I guess that ultimately is what the pre-order is for, to make sure you got it when it does come out. But yeah, it's
at least they have a reservation system, so you got it. You guys were gonna get it. It's not like you're gonna be refreshing on the website at every other day. You're gonna be searching on Twitter. At least they had a reservation system. So shout out to Steam for getting that unlocked because I wish Sony did that. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. So we're in the days of delay, so this doesn't surprise me. It's hardware based, so I just did an oil change on my car the other day, yesterday actually, and it was just hard getting oil, oil plug gasket. Just getting all this stuff from the freaking store was hard. I had to go to
Yeah.
multiple WalMarts, AutoZones to get all the shit. So yeah, we're just in that day of age where physical stuff is hard to get. So
Yeah.
I don't think this is really bothersome in my opinion. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks like I got plenty of time, so I might see click that reservation in there for that high one so I can eventually, I got plenty of time to save up for it. So I'll hold on to it. And by July I should have enough to get it out right. So, that's cool. It's whatever. Yeah, so it's just a bummer, with the pre-orders, stuff stays getting pushed back. But, at this point, you kind of got to expect it, and just be like, grateful when it does come out, when they say it's going to come out. But there's literally, like only a handful of things that I would really pre-order at this time just because like I want the item. Like I might pre-order this just because shit gets pushed back so far, you know what I mean, and I would like a PC, and so this would be a good bet. Elden Ring, yeah, I really want that game, so I'm gonna pre-order that because I want that premium package, that thing, I want that. So there's like, other than that, there's nothing else that I can think of that I would want to pre-order. I think I pre-ordered the Midnight Black Pulse 3D headphones, but I literally pre-ordered that like the week before, so like, I didn't wait too long for it. But yeah, man. For sure. So on to the last topic of the day, and it's Rockstar. So they recently just dropped that trilogy, which had San Andreas, Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto 3, I believe.
Yep.
Was it 3? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3.
So they had all 3 of those. I think they've been doing numbers, whatever, but for some reason, it looks like the Grand Theft Auto trilogy has been pulled from PC for a short period of time. They say that they're dealing with maintenance and trying to fix something with the launcher or whatever. But I mean, honestly, I would think that you would pull it back because it looked like trash. But I don't know.
Yeah, man. So I think it's funny that out of all the games, so they have their own launcher. I hate all these freaking launchers, but they have their own game launcher. It's funny that I've never heard of any of Rockstar's games causing a disruption in their service on launch, except for the trilogy for the 3 old games. So this was kind of humorous to me when I read this. If you noticed too on their Twitter, when they posted about the outage of their Rockstar launcher, they didn't post for 15 hours, dude. So they didn't give anyone an update for 15 hours. So, game launches are always rough. All sorts of companies always, there's day one bugs, there's day one crashes. And even an old game like Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, they can't even handle all the heat, all the popularity. So I was hoping they would release numbers like how many people did it take, to crash your launcher, for 15 plus hours. So this was pretty surprising to me. But Grand Theft Auto is popular, so I know people love the game. But I know that I think it is back. I think you can buy it now, right? Their launcher's back online.
It might be on there. It might be on there by now.
Yeah, so but it's crazy, dude, that this old title, people were willing to pay $60 so much that they crashed their launcher, they crashed their services. So
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not seeing. I don't have a PC, so maybe that's why it's not showing. But
yeah, I think you have to download their launcher. Their specific client is the only way you can get it.
See it.
Yeah, because their client you can get it now, but physically you can buy it for the other. It's not out yet for PlayStation, Xbox, and so forth. Only if you get their launcher, you can get it now. So
okay, so it's still. Do you know when it actually releases for like the PS5 and 4 and stuff like that?
I think in 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn, man, so that's crazy. So PC is getting it early as hell, and it's definitely unacceptable that they took it that it had such issues or whatever at launch. I think the thing is ass, and that they still need to revamp the shit. That's like bottom line. I feel like maybe they're trying to test this out and see if people will even agree to this, to the way this shit looks. But I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
So it came out yesterday, right at 7 a.m. So I think you can buy it again. Let me check on. Let's check on Twitch and see, are people streaming it. I'm not seeing it in the top list, so maybe you can't. Maybe you can't. Maybe they're not back up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy, man, that this game took out their client.
Yeah, man. I still think that it's crazy that they would have this game looking the way it looks. Like I've seen a couple of other articles that were saying that that Grand Theft Auto just does not look good. Like they upgraded a lot of the stuff in the background, but they just didn't upgrade the characters, man. Like I was seeing tons of shit getting made into memes because it just looked absurd the way some of these characters were looking out there. And it's like, damn, that's the definitive edition. Like you guys couldn't have just done some remodeling of characters. Like that'd have been so dope if they had just taken at least CJ and the people from Grove or whatever, and just like made them more defined. Like they could have taken all of the character assets from like GTA 5 and brought them in, for all the people that float around the city and stuff like that. And then they could have just made all of the people who are in the stories, just made them look really good, you know. But I feel like all that wasted time in the environment, like that's cool and all, but you barely notice that stuff as you're like driving through and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it didn't have to be like all that ray tracing and shit. Like I'm not looking at reflections and mirrors and stuff as I'm speeding past in my car or shooting shit up. I'm about to shoot through the glass. Like I don't need to see myself in the glass. Like,
I personally like those. I like the reflections, the lighting. I like all that stuff. But dude, if you look up the definitive edition glitches right now, dude, it's not quite on the cyberpunk level. You saw those crazy funny cyberpunk,
crazy, right?
But it's pretty bad, dude. Like, the trailer that they showed us, we're not quite getting that, dude. The graphics and the glitches right now, dude, are bad, dude. Like, if you just type in real quick, GTA Definitive Edition glitches, we can go through a couple, because, dude, they look bad, dude. Yeah, there's like glitches at the end. Yeah, dude. Like, oh man, dude. Yeah, you can just play that video for
just do the compilation.
Yeah, but dude, it's funny, man. So good. Maybe it's a good thing that they pulled it from the store. This was their stress test.
Let's see. Oh shit, he all in the ground.
He's clipping through the ground, dude. So this is cyberpunk kind of shit right now.
He's just like out of there. Oh, dude, that's GTA 3 right there. Oh man,
what? What?
Okay, and these would. Oh gosh, CJ is all effed up.
Oh, dude.
This is like, I feel like this is
$60 for this, man.
Yeah, this should have been like something that should have been way fixed. Damn, she's switching the hell out them hips. She's about to switch her back out. Yo, the blades aren't even rotating. Oof.
What the heck?
Oh, jeez.
Dude.
Yeah, for that to just be happening and folks is just chilling. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is the definitive edition, guys. Like, come on, man. No way. No freaking way, man.
Yeah, dude. So this is pretty bad. Dude, look at those fingers, bro.
Oh
Dude, they
yeah, them
redid the
bitches
model
long as
sheet.
hell. Yeah. Now the randomness in this would actually make it comedy as fuck. Like all of this shit randomly happening to people would just be crazy as hell. Like that would make the little cutscene like way more entertaining. Like dude's talking and then he just gets killed, and then your mission's over and you gotta restart it. It's like, dude, I never even
Yeah,
started
man.
it.
Hey, what's up, Sir Knight? He said unacceptable. Yeah, man. I agree. You're charging $60. Come on, at least have some decent performance. I mean, we could just go play on PS2 and get better performance than this. Like, this is just crap.
Yeah,
But
this is just wild. But I mean, you would definitely think, right? Like, I know there was glitches before, but those seem like glitches like if you were playing like a jailbroken, like a bootleg version of it or something like that. Like that doesn't seem like something that would have gone through the finalized, product, right? Been served up on the consoles and then they took it off and then made it better. And that's what you get? Like, damn, man, y'all didn't put no time into that shit. Like, how you got people falling through walls and stuff like that? The game was already made.
dude, this is unacceptable, man. As Sir Knight put it, unacceptable. But hey, man.
Hey, appreciate you stopping by, Sir Knight, man. We'll catch you next week, bro.
Yo, appreciate that, Sir Knight. Appreciate it. But yeah, unacceptable. I think that's the word of the day here. This shit's unacceptable.
Definitely.
Scoring's unacceptable. All this shit's unacceptable,
Yeah, for sure.
But
that should have been the title. Unacceptable as fuck.
unacceptable. But
Yeah.
hey, man, everyone's gonna buy this. Once it comes to console, everyone's gonna get it.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be enough bugs to scare people away from buying this shit. Like,
nah, dude. Cyberpunk didn't scare the people away, so neither is Grand Theft Auto. But I think they'll fix this pretty quickly. If
I hope so.
I feel like Rockstar is pretty solid. Their games normally run pretty incredible. This is like, this is uncharacteristic of Rockstar. They're really good at development, their servers. They have a huge following on their Grand Theft Auto 5 online. They're pretty solid. So we'll just chalk this up to this is your day one stress test. You know what I mean? The biggest of companies. This happens to pretty much everyone on day one. It's hard to get past the day one stress test, but we'll see when it comes to consoles, see how it does.
Yeah, I'm just glad it wasn't my money that they were doing stress tests with. Yeah. So, if I was a PC player who bought this, I would be mad as hell because this is just not cool. But and maybe those are only like, maybe they just rare. Maybe they happen rarely. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just not all the time. Like Cyberpunk was having issues like all the time on like the PS4. So maybe this is like totally different. Maybe this is just some shit that people just randomly caught and they just, like they said, they just did a compilation, all the bullshit that's happened in the game that's been caught so far. Here it is,
Yeah, bro. We'll see. But like I said, if you go online and search, whoo, there's countless pages of just funny stuff, dude. But
yeah,
we'll see how it turns out on console. We'll see in the upcoming days and weeks. I have a feeling this should be hopefully patched out pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Man.
But yeah, man. So that is it for this week's episode. I appreciate everybody who stopped by. If you're checking out this video and you decided to watch it all the way to this point, I appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment in there. If you think that this shit is acceptable for GTA, the fact that they have all of these issues already on the PC, if they should wait. And finalize some shit so that it's a better product for us, when it hits PS4 and all of that stuff.
What's up, Anthony G?
Yo, what's good, man? Stopping by at the tail end, bro. But appreciate you sliding through, man.
What's good, Anthony? You said I'm
anime.
your spirit animal? All right, man. Appreciate that.
He's not an animal, though. So how does that work, man?
Hey, man. It is what it is. All right.
Hey. But all right, man, we appreciate everybody. And until next week, we will catch you guys later. Deuces.
See ya.
I love you, me.